Hey everybody, welcome back to Hang Time. Once again, Matt Mowry is still here. To my left is now Dan Young, who last week just rambled on and on and on. But no, if you did not get a chance to talk about the Reaching Higher event, he talked about and some other things that he really went into detail. So it's good listening if you go look back at last week's podcast. We call them shows. We don't really call these podcasts anymore because, look, they're shows. You're on TV. Yeah, we have graphics and video and everything that goes with it. So what we're talking about today, and we haven't done it in a while, so we want to talk about girls basketball. Matt does the rankings, statechampsnetwork.com. You can check them out right now. We want to talk Super 10. So these are the best teams in the state right now, regardless of division. And this is kind of where we have them. So I'm sure we've got the graphic on your screen, but I'll tell you quick. Detroit Edison 1, Southfield A&T 2, Wayne Memorial 3, East Lansing 4, Saginaw Heritage 5, DeWitt 6, Birmingham Marion 7, Pewamo Westphalia 8, Adrian Lenawee Christian 9, and Grand Haven is 10. Lots of undefeated teams in this particular group. A lot of teams, or the rest, just with a single defeat. This is a very talented season. Whether we felt some of these teams, and we were talking a little off camera, whether we felt some of these teams were going to have anything like East Lansing left in the tank, because of what they lost last year.
3 and they're rolling along.
Right, so
they have great depth.
I mean, and I think what it tells you too about girls basketball and Southfield A&T, you definitely can include. Now, we're several years from the merger now, but what Lathrop was when Michelle was coaching them, and what now is this unification. These programs, Edison, what Monique's doing with that, and obviously at Heritage, DeWitt. I mean, we're Marion. I mean, here they are again. We're talking about them as one of the top 10 in the state. It just transcends generations.
Absolutely. I talked to Bill McCullen from DeWitt, and just had glowing about his team. 8 seniors, never had that many seniors in his group in his 23 years of coaching. They have lost 5 games in X amount of years, and 4 of them have been to East Lansing.
We were just talking about
PW being the same way. 60 games, they've lost 5.
I think I'm going to get in the car and head up on February 18th and check that out if I can get a ticket.
Yeah, the rematch.
Because that will be, I guess it got snowed out or the weather pushed it out. But, what a rivalry they've got going.
So Feb 18, so that would be a Tuesday, right? Because 15th is Friday. Oh, Monday.
Oh, so it's they snuck it into a week that already had games on Tuesday and Friday. So
well, and they were in separate divisions in the CAAC, and now DeWitt is now in East Lansing's division because DeWitt kind of ran the regular season last year and then ran into East Lansing in the playoffs, and that was their lone loss last year. And you kind of knew that they were going to be coming back and kind of having that circled. Now, didn't go the way they wanted to the first time they met in the regular season, but as you said, Bill's been around a long time, and he's going to have those kids ready and kind of frothing at the mouth to get a little bit of payback on if they can.
And Bill is just so BCAM people know, Bill is our president-elect. He will be the president of BCAM next school year. So it's a 3-year term, president-elect, president, and then past president. So excited to have him on board. Great guy, outstanding coach. It was neat to see his girls. He's got 2 girls that are going to play college basketball at Hillsdale, Sydney Mills and Maddie Peterson, and then Aquinas. But then he's got 2 other girls that are multi-sports, or soccer, and going to do rowing. And Annie McIntosh, who leads them in scoring. And is it Lily Stefan? She's going to go to Alma for soccer. So, and Isabel Gilmore's their point guard. But having girls that are going to play different sports in college, are fueling this team. They're very athletic. It's really good to see.
Well, and Annie McIntosh is one of those kids that you turn around and you're like, oh, you're playing this sport too? I saw her at track season.
So cool.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
That's really neat.
She's ultra athletic, and for her to find a place as on that rowing team at Michigan State. I know over the years I've done stories on kids who are athletes in other sports that they kind of convert. They're willing to take some risks on kids if they're athletic and put them on put them on the rowing
competitive,
bench.
athletic young lady. That's great.
Right. Edison is a Division II team this year.
Yes.
So that is the one change that is from years past. We did have an opportunity to see them early in the season, December games. I know I saw them twice. Of course, we had them at the Winter Jam, where they just basically took
Rakia
care
Jackson
of business.
looks like a WNBA player right now.
Yep.
Wow, is she amazing.
Yes.
And she's got some really good players around her.
She really does.
as well. Gabrielle Elliott, and then the Demaya Hageman girl, and then they have a freshman named Ruby Whitehorn.
Yep. Yep. We've talked
A
about
couple of freshmen,
Yeah, a couple of freshmen. An
Rakia
entire
Beal,
freshman team actually
Right,
that runs a
right.
schedule
Exactly.
outside of their thing. I mean, is there any way that Edison's train is derailed?
It's hard to see a team in the state of Michigan. Now, I know that I saw their one loss against Columbus Afrocentric, and when you've got a kid who's going to Tennessee and another one who's, a little bit taller, who's probably going to be that same level, that's probably how you're going to have to beat it. And we just don't have another
You like
team
Williamston?
like that. Yeah,
you like what they do.
And quite honestly,
you've got Freeland and Chandler Park there too.
Quite honestly, Division II is a little more open this year, especially with Country Day. That's kind of been the powerhouse in Division II or Class B over the last
X amount of years.
It seems like they've fallen off a little bit. They're not quite the vintage team that they've been in the last. They still have talent, but just not as deep. So Division II is almost a little more wide open.
10 anymore.
Yeah, I dropped them out of the top 10 for the first time.
Country Day out of the top 10 in Division II, and
they have 3 Division I level players that can still beat you. So they're still going to be one of those teams lying in the weeds, and it's still going to be a good game when they play. We saw the first time they played Edison.
And as a coach, that's kind of a good place to be. And sometimes right before the playoffs, we're not even in the top 10.
Yeah.
They don't even think you're going to have any kind of a run this year.
Material.
Absolutely. I know another team that again we reference East Lansing and what they've been able to do. Where is this coming from this season, considering what they've lost?
He said he has two juniors that are 3-year starting players.
Yep.
Is it Aliyah Nye?
Aliyah
Nye, I'm sorry, and Sanaya Gregory.
Yep.
And so, those girls have a lot of experience, and winning creates confidence in the past to win, getting to the state championship. But losing 3 big-time players, including Miss Basketball,
they're undefeated. It's not like
they
got a couple.
not have a senior on their roster.
No. And they've got lots of freshmen and sophomores that are making contributions. So this is one of those teams that, this is one of those teams where you're almost playing a little bit with house money because, like you said, no seniors. You're not going to lose a big player this year.
From Rob Smith,
I saw Rob early in the season.
Okay, maybe that's what he said, because that's what he said to me. And,
Yep.
But he's really having fun. He says depth is his key.
Yeah.
They try to play fast, up-tempo, turn you over, get lots of baskets. They've had a lot of big wins this year, and they're still undefeated. So that DeWitt game will be exciting, and then they could meet again at the end of the year as well.
Yep.
You've had an opportunity as we wrap this up to see most of these teams, if not all of them. Division I obviously is where we see the log jam.
Sure.
Where do you think the state champion's going to come out of this year? Right now we've got A&T 1. You've just seen them recently. Wayne Memorial is still good. Another team that lost a huge player, but again, youth rules the day. Again, we just mentioned East Lansing, Saginaw Heritage, of course. Just Midland Dow able to beat them, but that could just be the motivation they need to regroup and say, hey, it's not a given that we're going to win this. And then, of course, we talked about DeWitt, and then you've got Marion, Carmen Ainsworth, Grand Haven, all there as well.
In no other division is there such a depth of teams because you can go into the honorable mention list and you can pull out a Walled Lake Western, you can pull out a Heartland, you can pull out a Brighton. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can pull
Detroit King.
Okemos, who's got 2 D1 players.
King's not going anywhere.
King's not going anywhere.
Lots and lots of good teams.
So it's going to be one where there's more parity. Now, yes, there are still the ultra, best teams that we have here in the Super 10, but there's more parity, and you could have somebody who, you know, comes from that honorable mention list
and makes
Ann
a
Arbor
run.
Pioneer and makes a run through and gets to the semis that you totally don't expect.
Right.
And knock on wood. Who's going to stay healthy?
Exactly. That's
down
the
the
other
stretch.
And I'd say the health, just as we wrap, the health of the game in girls basketball probably as good as it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, the health of the game in general, the girls basketball in the state. I'm not saying the team. I mean, the health of the game seems like it's really strong.
Aren't there a
right
lot
now.
of them? When you look at our Miss Basketball list,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of high-level players. And with Rakia at the top, I mean, she's as high as it's ever been.
Yeah.
But look at the girls below her in that lineup. In any given year, they would all be running.
And
they won it last year.
And the youth movement is incredible.
Yeah, it's really
on the boys and the girls side.
It's really good to see. It's really good to see that we've got a lot of teams.
Right. Oh, quickly, I know that we are really up against the BCAM registration deadline now, right? 15th is your deadline. So if you want to make one last pitch.
We're at 5,623 right now.
Okay.
We're a little down.
Okay.
We're about it's crunch time now. We're making a lot of calls, a lot of follow-up emails, just trying to get people to get their stuff in so they can be up for all the awards. College, high school, coaches, players, everything.
And even middle schools, right?
Yeah, middle schools can be members, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah.
And they get all our information educational-wise, clinic-wise, monthly newsletters, those types of things.
Gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll do it again next
thanks.
week. And remember, go to bcam.org to register. All right. One more segment to go, and Derek Blaylock has got some fan videos. That's